Hello there, and welcome to today's Daily Dominion. So it's been several months since I recorded, or a few months anyway, since I recorded one of these videos, and my last video, I think, was a little misleading because I made it sound like these would still be appearing, at least periodically. And what I found was that once I stopped doing it every single day, that I didn't really miss recording the video. It was just, I still played Daily Dominion every single day, basically, because it rules, but I didn't have any interest. I could just play it on my phone as I sat on my porch or whatever. I didn't find there was much value. Not value, I just didn't have any interest. I didn't care. But anyway, I wanted to kind of say that so that, I guess it's probably obvious at this point anyway, but I wanted the expectations to maybe not be a little more clear. That being said, we are going to play today's Kingdom. I don't know what it is at all. I know today is a Saturday, which means that we will be playing with all the expansions, so we'll hope we have a nice one. I also done kind of bad. I say that September was okay. August I was pretty bad against AI, and occasionally I do blow a kingdom, even that I should win by like sloppy play at the end or whatever. Hard AI's personality is a little different these days too. It's like a little more, before it was more likely to get lost in the sauce taking green cards too early. Nowadays it kind of is a tendency to do the opposite, where it kind of gets lost in the sauce buying cards or action cards and never kind of converting that into doing anything point wise. But so we'll see what kind of kingdom this one ends up being for the AI. There's Siren, but it's a little hard to get unless you roll. I guess you can open Bard and try and roll whatchamacallit. Well, that's not how that works. Never mind. I was thinking of like a top decking thing, but there's nothing for that. Yeah, so you would ultimately have to like trash a pawn or whatever, some little action card to get the Siren. Whether that's going to end up being worth it, I don't know. It could be quite good here, to be honest. There's no trashing. There is strong draw and hunting party, and then there's some nice, like, pretty fast scoring stuff in spices, which can be quite powerful. But there is some alt VP in the castles as well, so that means there is some incentive to kind of get a little bit of deck control anyway. I'm going to try the Bard. It's not often that you kind of think Bard is going to be worth it. I'm not really sure that it is, but we'll see. It didn't get us to 5 here. Hard AI also opened with the Bard Silver. It does get us a Plaza here. I'm going to say if we're going to play for a long game, then there may be some value in getting the Siren. And so, because of all this VP, I think I would maybe normally take a silver here to, well, it's not that good anyway. I'll just take a pawn. We did miss 5, unfortunately, on both, even with the silver missed this shuffle. So, that's pretty unfortunate. We can here, I think we'll go ahead and do the thing since we have this is more or less the ideal draw for it. We got a coffer out of the Plaza, and then we have the pawn here in hand, and now we'll be able to move into hunting parties soon, or right now rather. This place does look quite good here, but I want to try and get the Siren in play. All right, this was a really nice draw for us. Actually, very, very nice draw for us. So here I'm going to actually, since I already have, there are a number of things you could do here that I think would be reasonable. But we kind of have enough plazas at the moment that I'm gonna go ahead and chop this one for a siren as well. Just to get this other siren into the next shuffle, which we are gonna trigger here. We're definitely way behind on the, yeah. We're a little behind on the hunting party stuff. But we're otherwise doing pretty okay. Wisp's probably pretty good. So the question is whether we just kind of keep buying the hunting parties and try and get the draw until we find a bard that gives us like a forest gift or something, which I don't think has popped up yet, but I haven't been paying super good attention to, because if we hit forest gift, that would let us do like plaza and displace. The alternative is to just, I think we go one more hunting party now. The alternative is to try and get, okay, this should get to the siren. Yeah, this is a little scary bard play. Okay, it's all right. I don't think we're gonna take a gold here. So the options here are like displace or hunting party or spices probably. It would be really nice to get these estates turned into plazas. So we're gonna take the displace here, though there's a little bit of a potential sadness. Okay, so we drew okay. We didn't find the we did not find the siren, but we'll get it here. They at some point picked up a siren. This will go for that. And then pawn can be buy, which may be nice here, though it's also a little bit of a bad thing to stop hunting parties on. Fortunately, Hardy Eye only has the one. They get Flames Gift, which is pretty okay here. They have a not bad deck at all, though it does, of course, have a lot more curses than mine at the moment. Probably okay to trigger, or not to trigger, but to see if we can find the other. All right, we're getting through most of this. I'm gonna get to this other silver, so let's play the bard first. Really nice, actually, really nice flip there. Sun's Gift was maybe not the strictly best boon we could get, but a very good one. For sure. We're gonna probably just go to a 3 pile here. Does buy guess anything? We do have 5. We do have 5, so we can go action buy and spend the coffers on the hunting parties just to shore up the draw. This is going to unlock probably a little gain in play for us on the next turn with the but like I said, the piles are there, so they just bust out 4 coffers to get province, which is fine. We're going to need to province our turn as well, and also as a part of that, we're going to need to probably not displace estate into plaza. That's going to look a little scary here. But we're going to need to keep up. This is at a point where the gold may have been nice, though it might have gotten in the way in the interim. This is a little unfortunate. We may get into some awkward shuffle situations here, though. It may also be totally fine. because we tossed a lot of hunting parties, but that's okay. We're getting them now. Okay, we lose another plaza, also not ideal. I'm trying to think. Well, Rivers is nice. I'm trying to think if we want to displace. We've got more hunting parties. We should try to draw some of that. Whether we want to try and displace this is where the shuffle starts to look scary, right? If we do like displace into something here, displace the silver into spices or something. We could displace the curse. Well, we still have, no, because we still have 2 curses. If we had 1 curse, then displacing the curse into pawn might have been a good play, but I also never really thought about Leprechaun, though there maybe was a window for it. I mean, certainly this is a pretty good, like, hunting party is pretty good Leprechaun enabler, right? So maybe on a previous turn, Leprechaun was worth it. We were a little terminal tight, but we could have just gone like Bard into Leprechaun. I don't think that would have been too crazy. I think I am going to try the silver into spices thing. We're going to get through a pretty good amount of this, but not maybe as much as we wanted to. So things are a little bit scary here. We're definitely, I mean, it's nice we have the point lead, of course, and we're going to draw. River is actually not going to help us, is it? The way River works, so the issue with River is that River just draws your cards at the end of hand. So at the end of the hand, I'll have 6 cards in hand, which just means my Siren will only draw a couple cards. So River is actually bad. I said River was good, but it doesn't. If I'm playing Siren, River is completely useless. At least on this particular kingdom where there's not some additional tricks to employ where it could maybe help. I'm not totally sure if a pawn helps here or not. Hopefully we find some hunting parties, otherwise we may be in a little bit of trouble. So the pawns are also dipping. Okay, well this was a very good draw off the Sirens for sure. I can go like province into duchy, maybe, which might give us, you know, like a significant enough points lead that we can pile out on the next turn. I'm not sure the order here. We probably want to play Plaza, but there we lose a hunting party. That's always sad. I mean, when you draw one into hand and then you have to discard one, that's always a little sad, but what can you do? Okay, well, we're kind of, okay, well, we're still going. If we find, well, we're only going to see, I'm not sure. Did we get to 5 hunting parties or did we end with just 4 to 6 when we bought those 2? I was going to say if I just draw like Displace or Bard, well, I guess Bard could potentially get into the Displace. We do have a lot of money here, which is nice. Okay, we did find hunting party. Okay, but we didn't actually, okay, the Bard stays on the bottom, so we didn't end up getting really punished, I guess, for taking coin on the pawn. There was a world where there's a world where we got to the Bard and the Displace, but that didn't happen. So so the question here is whether we want to go province to gold or province to duchy, or even province to spices. I think is not crazy. I don't think we have a pile out here on anything. We can certainly, maybe we do. Yeah, maybe we just do. We have $12. We would need a third buy, wouldn't we? Yeah, we would have needed to take buy from the pawn, actually, because we do have the money, because we have all these coffers. We could have, if we had taken buy, we could have gone province, curse, plaza, and ended it. But because I didn't think about it well enough, we don't have the buy for it. Anyway, that suggests to me that we should probably just take the points and just wait and see what Hard AI does. They have 3. There's a little, I probably need to double here. Because otherwise I'm kind of worried about them getting, they give a curse, they gain a couple plazas off displaces, and then finish off that, I think, is not impossible. Maybe not likely, but not impossible. Okay, they get the humble cast. Now we have just a pretty big points lead, and there's just the 2 plazas left, so like it should be a pretty easy finish as far as that all goes. Drawing that curse off Wisp is actually extremely helpful. Okay, so now it's just in hand, which is nice. I don't know what the max, we'll get another Wisp, hooray. I don't know what the max point thing to do here is, but I'm not gonna worry about it too much. We can buy Crumbling Castle, that's kind of fun. Okay. That was a nice kingdom. I don't know, just a nice kingdom. It was a little bit, you certainly can kind of live or die by like hunting party draws, whether you find hunting parties at the start of your shuffle or not. That's always a thing with hunting party. We were pretty fortunate throughout. There wasn't an issue. Our first reshuffle didn't hit 5. That was pretty bad given our opening, but other than that, it all worked out fine. I don't know how Hard AI was doing. Obviously, like, Hard AI plays really well with hunting party, just in the sense that it gets a lot of them, which is great. But I'm not sure. They did take a lot of curses, so that's tough here. That's tough here without trashing. So I think Siren was pretty important. Other than that, it's hard to evaluate what they did on their turns because it's just all flashing through, and I'm not going to check through the logs. So, and you can't see the hands, so I'm sure there's play order mistakes, but anyway. All right. So that was today's Daily Dominion. Who knows when the next video will occur? Could be never. Could be tomorrow. This was pretty enjoyable, so that bodes well for it. You know, we can look at my. I don't know if my calendar gets a little messed up because sometimes I play on a testing version that doesn't. I don't think if they always get synced up. So like I played these days. I think I won them, but I don't remember. Wherever I played yesterday, I messed up the mega turn on the collection Corey Tiara thing. I had the deliver turn set up, and then I lowered one of those 4 cost treasures too far or something, and completely needlessly, and didn't count my opponent's quartermaster stuff well enough, and that Hard AI just 3-piled on me. Yesterday, that was a cool kingdom, actually. That was a really cool kingdom. The issue with it was whether you could actually do the mega turn, whether you could actually trust the deliver mega turn against minion. What's the problem? If the opponent actually is playing with a minion stack, it's not clear that you can ever really make it work. It's certainly much harder, so it may still score enough, even if it's a little smaller. But anyway, that was that king. I guess I'm talking about a kingdom that nobody can even see. It was this kingdom. So it was deliver was super important for the mega turn. So basically all you did was like open like Quarry, Silver, whatever. You try and get quartermasters, and a lot of times with Quarry you could deliver them, so that was nice too. Deliver just lets you get every card you gain, and deliver's busted. It's just a bonkers card, but anyway. Especially if you could get Tiara on Quarry, you could deliver the quartermasters and some other stuff. So you just did that for a while. You just got quartermasters in play. And the quartermasters, you would just set aside some Quarries and Tiaras, whatever. And sometimes you would pull off the mat. But you would just be getting, you know, however many quartermasters you could get, 3 or 4. And then when you could start hitting $5 hands, you'd take collections. And you want to get a few collections. It's not super important to have like 1 million, but you needed, you know, a few, 2 or 3. And then once you kind of had one of these $4 treasures on all your quartermasters, and then you had a hand, you would like yank, I don't know, you maybe pull, if you had 2 of those treasures on any of the quartermasters, then it was okay to pull one off for a turn to make it a little better. I'm not going to play this out, I'm just going to describe it in words. And you would pull, then when you're ready to go, you like make sure you have a Tiara Quarry turn or something. It didn't even have to have that, but then you would deliver a magnate and basically a collection. If you could get a collection, you'd try to, and then as many coppers or whatever that you could afford left. So just as many treasures as you could buy, maybe some silvers, but mostly coppers. And you would try and get a bunch of buys on that turn. So you would try to play like Tiara on a collection, something like that. Maybe Tiara on a collection, whatever it was. As many buys as you could get. And you just bought as many coppers as you can. And then the next turn, you have a magnate in hand, and you would pull a treasure off all of your quartermasters, either Quarry, Tiara, or whatever, silver. If you're smart, sometimes you would have silvers, so you wouldn't lower these to the point where the hard AI could pile out, because you don't actually need a bunch of these. You just need like 1 Quarry and whatever. Anyway, you pull treasures off 3 or 4 quartermasters. You've delivered like 4 treasures to your hand or something like that. You have a magnate delivered to your hand. So you have giant hand size. It's a magnate and like, you know, 1 billion treasures, just as many treasures. It could be over 10 treasures in your hand. Then you play the magnate, you draw 1 million cards, and then you just do Tiara on collections, or maybe 1 on a Quarry. If you have a couple Quarries in hand, that's already enough anyway. You don't have to Tiara 1, but you do all that, you get 1 million buys. At least a couple piles will almost certainly already be empty, or close anyway. And then the actions cost nothing. You have 1 million buys, you've played collections, and you buy a bunch of actions. So you can score like hundreds of points. So it's a pretty cool mega turn. The issue with it all is that all the cards are in your hand, you know, at the end of your cleanup phase still. And so someone could just minion you down to a 4-card hand. It just doesn't work. So if the hard AI plays with minion, it just work. The 2 times I played it against hard AI, all they did was get quartermasters and kind of mess around with stuff. Like it was like a bad version of what you were doing without any of the deliver, like mega turn aspect of it. It was just kind of a bunch of quartermasters. So anyway, very neat kingdom. That was yesterday, and we'll never see it played. It'll never happen. But thank you for watching today. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, I don't know if or when I'll record more of these, but as always, I appreciate you watching. So take care.